Hi, welcome back again. In this section, we will have a deep discussion on how to analyze the process using certain measurement criteria. But first, let me see about some terminology. A buffer. This is a storage area between stages where the output of stage is placed prior to being used in a downstream stage. Blocking. This blocking occurs when the activities in stage must stop because there is no place to deposit the item. Starving. Starving occurs when the activities in stage must stop because there is no work. And last, bottleneck. The stage that limit the capacity of the process. This figure illustrate the buffer between two states or operation. The main role of the buffer is to guarantee the continuous flow of the process from upstream to downstream. However, buffer has an adverse effect on the increasing inventory level. So, the process designer has to create a process such that the process has continuous flow and minimum inventory in the buffer. In general, we can evaluate the performance of the process through this simple diagram. Operation time consists of setup and runtime, while flow time is the average time for a production unit or production component, we can say that, to move through the production process. The first performance measure we have is called velocity, which is flow time divided by value added time. The higher the velocity means we are using the most of the time to do productive activities. Throughput rate is 1 divided by the cycle time. Here, the lower the cycle time, the better the throughput rate is. Throughput rate is closely related with the measure of efficiency, productivity, and also utilization. A simple example of the process to make sandwich. The performance of this serial process can be increased with adding parallel activities on making bread, filling process, and toasting. This activity directly reduces cycle time and increase throughput rate. There is a relationship between inventory and throughput time that in the long term, inventory is equal with throughput rate multiplied by flow time. This is called Little law. So, if we want to minimize the inventory in the long term, we have to reduce the flow time. In the service sector, process can be categorized based on the degree of labor or number of labor, we can say that, and the degree of customization. Service process having high degree of labor and low degree of customization is called mass service. For example, commercial banking. Oppositely, the process that has low degree of labor and high degree of customization is called service shop. The concrete example of this type of service process is fine dining restaurant and hospital. In between of those two categories, we have service factory, which has low degree of labor and low degree of customization, like fast food restaurant, and professional service, which has high degree of labor and high degree of customization, like a private banking. The thing that we need to remember in designing service process is that interaction with customer is absolutely necessary, but this may affect the performance for sure. The better we manage the interaction with the customer, the more effective and efficient the process is. Finally, the key to design the service process is finding optimum combination of cost and customer interaction. Well, I'm happy to have you here in this section on process design and analysis. I hope you enjoy the video and see you again in another section.